Do you ever walk out of the house and feel like a complete imposter or a fraud? Well, guess what? So does 70% of the population. In this next video, I'm going to discuss the imposter syndrome and how to overcome it.
I think that people should be able to achieve what they want and happiness without compromising who they are.
What does courage look like? Is having that fear and you still take the action anyway. Hi, I'm Alison Robertson. I'm a TV film actress and a solution-focused life coach. Plus, I'm the author of the book Enoughness, The Simple Truth to Embracing You. Here on my channel, I talk about all things about the creative brain and how it works, plus how to live and create a confident life. If you like this content, be sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for my content that comes out every week. What is the imposter syndrome? The imposter syndrome is when you doubt your accomplishments. You feel like a fraud no matter what you do. And no matter what you do, it's never good enough. Sound familiar? Well, this was something that came out in a study in the 70s by psychologists Eames and Klein. And it came out they did a study on high-achieving women who doubted what they were doing. They felt fraudulent, that no matter what they did wasn't good enough. Well, from the 70s to now, it's not just for women. It now affects all equal opportunities, and it is at 70% of the population. So most likely, if you're watching this video, you probably have felt the effects of the imposter syndrome, where no matter what you do, am I a fraud? No matter what you accomplish, it doesn't feel good enough. You don't have a sense of that enoughness. So you know I love this subject because I'm all about feeling enough, feeling big enough, having your enoughness bucket full. Did you know that there are 5 types of imposters? The imposters, the 5 types. Okay, number 1 is the perfectionist. Okay, you all think you know who the perfectionist is. It's not the one that has to have everything right. It's the one who won't start the project until the environment is right. It's the right time. Everything is placed right. The perfectionist needs everything to be perfect in order to start. The next one is the expert. The expert knows everything. They have all the answers, except if they don't think they're going to be correct in speaking, they won't say anything at all. So the expert will only speak if they are 100% correct that they know the answer. The next one is the natural genius. The natural genius, just naturally smart, knows the answers to everything, but if somebody has to help them or give them assistance or support or, God forbid, an answer, they feel like they are a failure. The other one is the superhero, superwoman or superman, the superhero. They are the overachiever, right? They are the workaholic. They are the one that just keeps going and going and going. They do everything. Sometimes we get that one confused with the perfectionist. And the final one is the soloist. They have to do it all by themselves. Everything is them and them alone. Their achievement is all by themselves. If anyone helps them, then they are 100% a failure if they didn't do it solo by themselves. 5 types of imposters that create the imposter syndrome. Okay, so now we understand what the imposter syndrome is, what the types of imposters in the imposter syndrome are. So what do we do about it? How do we combat this? So of course, what is my thing? I would say you have to be enough. You have to believe in yourself. But we have to start somewhere. The first thing is knowing that the imposter syndrome comes from limiting self-beliefs. Now, what makes a belief true? If you've ever listened to any of my videos, you know this. What makes a belief true is that you believe it. So the first thing we have to do is really observe ourselves. Observe what we're thinking. Observe how we feel about things. The next thing I want you to do is write down all of your accomplishments, big or small. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't make a big deal about them, nobody else will. So once you're up in the imposter syndrome and you're observing what's really going on in your world, in reality, and then you write down all your successes, big and small, from that day, that week, that month, the past 6 months, the past year, you'll all of a sudden start to see your accomplishments, which will lead me to facts versus feelings. So when you are observing, you're writing down all your accomplishments, which I know when we're in this syndrome, it's very hard to see, but it will help you conquer this limiting belief and gets us into facts. We get to see what we have done. Truly, whether you're making a big deal or not, sometimes our successes are right there in black and white. And then we get to observe, this is a fact. I did accomplish this. I go to work every day. I get a paycheck. I keep my house clean. My kids are happy. I support a charity. I'm a good friend. Whatever it is, those are facts versus feelings. I feel like a failure. I feel like I'm not living up to my expectations. I feel like I could have done more. Facts versus feelings help shrink these limiting beliefs about ourselves. And the final one is don't compare. Please don't compare yourself to others. You are doing the very best you can on the path that you're on. Don't compare the chapter in your book to somebody else's book. You don't know where anybody is. Just worry about you and believe in what you've got going on and where you're going. That's how you conquer limiting self-beliefs. And if anyone has been on my channel, you know this is a big one for me. When the imposter syndrome is up, it's a tough one. But I want you to go back to that positive self-talk, having gratitude, and really believing in yourself and putting you as the priority. That is my steps on conquering the imposter syndrome. Thank you so much for watching this week. If you like this content, hit that like button, but be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my weekly videos. And if you want to learn more about me, go ahead and head on over to my website, AlisonRobertson.com. And if you think you want someone in your corner and you want to talk about having a bigger life or learning more about your acting career or just want to see what I can do for you, drop me a comment or see if you can set up a discovery call and see what I can do for you. But most of all, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.